hackathons, but I think more importantly for this talk, I volunteered at about 30 hackathons before the pandemic across the US and Canada. So I just wanted to share some of my thoughts about hackathon volunteers. So just a quick definition before we start. When I say volunteer, I mean someone who is at the event for the weekend helping out, not someone who organizes the hackathon before. But with that out of the way, if you remember one thing from this talk, it's that you need more volunteers, especially in the morning on Sundays and other busy times. So judging, meals, check-in. So go ahead and write that down in your notebook, right? I need more volunteers, especially Sunday morning. But how do you actually get volunteers? In computer science, we like to reduce things to a problem that we already know how to solve. We know how to recruit organizers. We've all been recruited. A lot of y'all maybe without knowing what a hackathon looked like or what a hackathon smelled like, and I'm so sorry. So we can slot volunteering in there to solve that problem. So if you align your organizer recruiting just right, you can encourage or even require that applicants volunteer at your hackathon before they become an organizer. So that way you have more volunteers and you have better trained organizers for the next year. You can also slot it in after organizers get rejected if you're pretty competitive organizations. That way, instead of having like a really sad rejected volunteer or applicant, you get this like training loop where it's kind of like a video game. You just train your applicants over and over until they're good enough to be an organizer. If your organization is anything like mine, you also have alumni that you're forced to come back every year to help out. Yeah, I see that Texas back there. Other really good sources are other hackathons in your community. HackQTD always helps out with Hack Texas and sends like 20 volunteers. That's always incredible because they know what a hackathon is, they know what they're doing. Another good source is Strats. They usually have minimum volunteer requirements, so reach out to your school Strats. Once you have all of those volunteers, you're going to need to manage them. My first tip for y'all is over-communicate. So if people are busy, they're going to forget, and I think Swift said earlier you need to hear something 7 times before you remember it. There's 7 days in a week. Email them every day the week before the hackathon. I'm serious. Like, if you get some niche volunteers, that's better than no volunteers at all, right? So keep in touch with your volunteers. Be very, very specific and detailed in all of your instructions to volunteers. College students look like adults. We're not really. Like, we're kind of awkward, especially as computer science majors. So be very detailed, tell them exactly what to do, write like a program. Like, tell them, you're serving food, put on your gloves. Ask someone, are you vegetarian? Do you have dietary restrictions? So you should know exactly where to be, when to be there, and what to do. Another thing that I've seen work really well is organizing buddies. So on your road show, instead of having like 3 organizers assigned to an item, have 1 organizer with 4 volunteers. That'll let you allocate all of your resources a little bit better. Organizers know what they're doing a lot more than volunteers do. Try to make volunteering delightful. So you can give out special swag, sweatshirts, stickers. Handwritten notes go a really long way, and that's something you can do before the volunteers show up, like a couple of days before. So that's something I recommend. Also give lots of breaks. That was the title of the talk, right? Sleep. So volunteers are there so you can sleep, but also make sure that you don't overwork them as well. Finally, make sure you over-communicate. So send about 7 emails to them. You can schedule all of those, so you don't have to actually sit there and send an email every day. Schedule them all a week in advance. Just make sure they know, like, you need them and they need to show up. That's all I have. So again, write down, I need more volunteers, especially Sunday morning. Thank you.